Hi, I'm going to show you how to make this unicorn hat. I made it for my 7-year-old daughter, and I did it with this cotton, I think it's called Kubu yarn from Walmart. And all of this is done in cotton. This is done in medium worsted yarn. It was a little bit flimsy using the cotton yarn, so I do recommend medium worsted yarn because it's a little bit stiffer, so it holds a little bit better for the ears and everything. I used an H hook and then a G hook on some of this, which I'm about to show you. The pattern for this is down below, and this pattern was started from the brim and then I worked my way up, and so this is great for adjusting the pattern for any size. I did a count of 43 rows for my daughter with an H hook, and it fit perfect around her head. You can adjust the brim according to the size of the person that you're making this for, and then follow the pattern as closely as you can. So this pattern can be adjusted because of the brim and how many rows that you go for this, and then you just start adding all the way up. Okay, so let's get started.
This is the yarn that I use, and I got it from Walmart. It's cotton yarn. To get started, you're going to slip knot onto your hook. You can use the cotton yarn or medium worsted yarn. Then I'm going to chain 8 to get started. This is for the brim. Going to half double crochet in the third chain from the hook. Half double crochet in each chain until you get to the end. Yarn over, insert your hook, grab the yarn, yarn over, pull through all loops on the hook. Okay, now once you're at the end, you're going to chain 1 and turn, and then in the back loop you're going to work a half double crochet in each back loop across, and you will do this I did this for my daughter who is 7.5. I did 43 rows of this with an H hook, and it fit around her head perfectly, and that's what you'll need to do, is adjust it according to it fitting around your child's head. And you're going to want to have a give of their circumference about around 2 inches or so you don't want it too tight or too loose. So working the brim, you're just going to keep going back and forth in the back loop with a half double crochet, and you can adjust this according to the child's head, or even for an adult you can place this around an adult's head. And if you like, you can even make the brim wider. This was with 8 half double crochet. You could even go up and do 10. Now that you have enough rows, which I had 43 to fit around my child's head, you're going to take the ends and slip stitch both of the ends together to create the brim. You may need, this is an H hook, you may need more rows depending, or less rows depending on the size of the person's head that you're making this for. Okay, so you'll have that going all the way up. Now the brim is created. Okay, you're going to chain 1 and work a single crochet in each stitch around until you get to the beginning. There is no right or wrong number. Just make sure you're having a single crochet in all the stitches that you can find as you go around. Chain 2 and work a double crochet in that same stitch. Then work 2 double crochet in the next stitch together. Grab the yarn, pull through 2 loops, keep 2 loops on the hook, yarn over, insert your hook. Grab the yarn over, pull through 2 loops, yarn over, pull through 3 loops for 2 double crochet together. Repeat that for the next stitch. This is 2 double crochet together, and then you have those 3, so now you're going to work 2 double crochet decrease. So in the next stitch you're going to complete the 2 double crochet decrease. Yarn over, pull through 2 loops, yarn over, pull through 3 loops, and so that's a decrease of 2 stitches. And then the 2 double crochet together is in 1 stitch for the next 3. So this is 1 double crochet, 2 double crochet together, and then in the next you have 2 double crochet together in 1 stitch again. And then in the next stitch you have 2 double crochet together in 1 stitch. So it's a pattern of 3 and then a decrease. 3, 2 double crochet together, and then a decrease. So the next you have 3, 1, 2, 3, and then you're going to do a decrease. So in 1, and then you're going to decrease it into the next one. So yarn over, pull through 2 loops, and then pull through 3 loops to complete your 2 double crochet together. That is the pattern around. You're going to complete that until you get to the beginning. So 2 double crochet together in 1, and then 2 double crochet in the next one. So you have 3 in a row. So 1 more, and then you're going to work your 2 double crochet decrease, so in 2 stitches. So 1, and then the next stitch gets it, so it becomes 1 stitch, because that's a decrease for that one. Okay, and finish that until you complete all the way till the beginning. Okay, you're back at the beginning. Complete 1 more 2 double crochet together. It's not going to be an exact right amount for your complete pattern, because every brim could be different according to the size for each person. So if you sometimes end up with, maybe you need to do a decrease at the end, you might just turn it into 2 double crochet together because you may not have room for it. So now you're going to chain 2 and then work a double crochet in that same stitch. Okay, so now you're going to work 2 double crochet together in each stitch around. Okay, for this round you're going to do 2 double crochet together in each stitch around, and you'll do that for the next round too. So for 2 rounds total, no increases, just 2 double crochet together in each stitch. Okay, you're going to slip stitch and create another round of just 2 double crochet together. Double crochet in that first stitch with the chain 2, and then work 2 double crochet together in each stitch around. Chain 2, work a double crochet in the same stitch, then work 2 double crochet together in the next 4 stitches. This is a little bit faster. You can put your phone or computer in a slow motion if you need to. So the next 4 stitches get 2 double crochet together, since I already showed you how to do the stitch in the beginning. And you can just work a double crochet if you like instead of 2 double crochet together. And you did the 4, and now you're going to do a 2 double crochet in 2 different stitches to create a decrease. This is a decrease. Then you're going to continue with 2 double crochet together in the next 5 stitches, and that's the pattern. You'll work 4, you're going to work 5 stitches with 2 double crochet together, and then a decrease, and then that is the pattern around. So once you have the 5 stitches with 2 double crochet together, then you'll work, so you have one, okay, then you're going to work your decrease. Okay, so you can work your decrease here, which is 2 double crochet together in the next 2 stitches. You're going to chain 2, work a double crochet in the same stitch, and then in the next 3 stitches you're going to work 2 double crochet together. So 2 double crochet together, and then 2 double crochet together in the next, and then 2 double crochet together in the next, and then 2 double crochet together in the next 2 stitches for a decrease, and then you're going to work 2 double crochet together in the next 4, and then a decrease. Now you're going to chain 2 and work a double crochet in the same stitch, and then you're going to work 2 double crochet together in the next 2 stitches, and then you're going to work a 2 double crochet together decrease in the next 2 stitches, and then work 2 double crochet together in the next 3, and then work a decrease again. Chain 2 and work a double crochet in the same stitch, work 2 double crochet together in the next stitch, then work a 2 double crochet decrease in the next 2 stitches, and then work 2 double crochet together in the next stitch, and then work 2 double crochet together in the next stitch, and then work 2 double crochet together in the next 2 stitches for a decrease. Chain 2, work a double crochet in the same stitch, work 2 double crochet together in each stitch around in this round, so 2 double crochet together in each stitch around with no decreases. Now you're going to chain 2, work a double crochet in the same stitch, and then double crochet decrease, 2 double crochet together decrease, then 2 double crochet together in the next stitch, and that's the pattern. Work a double crochet in the same stitch as your chain 2, then work a 2 double crochet decrease in the next 2 stitches, and then repeat that around, 2 double crochet decrease in the next 2 stitches, and then 2 double crochet together decrease in the next 2 stitches around. Okay, you're going to work 2 single crochet together in the next 2 stitches around, so each stitch gets 2 single crochet decrease to close the top of the hole there. Okay, now you're going to slip stitch it closed for the top there, just a few slip stitches, and then you can chain 1 and pull through and weave in your ends, and your hat is complete. If you feel like your hat is not long enough, then on the 4th round you can just do another round of 2 double crochet together in each stitch around if you need to make it longer. Okay, you'll need to make 2 ears, chain 2 with a G hook, and you're going to work 4 single crochet in that second chain from the hook to create your first round. So that's 2, 3, single crochet, 4, and then you're going to slip stitch in that first single crochet to create your ring. And then you're going to work 1 single crochet and then 2 single crochet in the next one, and then 1 single crochet and then 2 single crochet. And you can use a stitch marker to keep track of your rounds. And then slip stitch in that beginning stitch. Okay, and now this round you're going to work 1 single crochet in the next 2 stitches, and then 2 single crochet, and then 1 single crochet in the next 2, and then 2 single crochet, and then you can finish with 1 and then slip stitch. Now you're going to work 1 single crochet in each stitch around for this round. Now slip stitch in that beginning stitch. Now you're going to work a single crochet in the next 3 stitches. And then work 2 single crochet, increase, and repeat that around. 1 single crochet in the next 3 and then 2 increase. Okay, just finish that around and slip stitch, and you can work in continual rounds or you can slip stitch. And then you're going to work 1 single crochet and then 2 single crochet and then 1 single crochet, and repeat that around. And then slip stitch. And then in the next 2 rounds you're just going to work a single crochet in each stitch around. Okay, now you're going to work 1 single crochet and then work another single crochet in each stitch around. Okay, now you're going to work 1 single crochet and then 2 single crochet together in the next 2 stitches for a decrease, and then 1 single crochet and then 2 single crochet, decrease, and repeat that around until you get back to your stitch marker. Okay, the next 2 rounds you're going to work just single crochet in each stitch around until you get to the beginning. Okay, so this is the ear, and you're going to chain 1, pull through, and add it onto your hat on the very top, about 1 inch away from the center on both sides. You'll make 2 of these with a G hook. Okay, this is for the horn, and you're going to chain 2 with a G hook, and then work 4, chain 2 and work 4 single crochet in the second chain from the hook, and then slip stitch in that beginning single crochet. And then work 1 single crochet in each stitch around for a total of 4. Then slip stitch. Okay, now you're going to work a single crochet in each stitch around again. Then you can use a stitch marker and then work single crochet in each stitch around again. And then slip stitch. You can work in continual rounds without a slip stitch if you like. And then I'm using my tail for a stitch marker, which is easier and faster, which I used the wrong one. And then you're going to work 1 single crochet and then 2 single crochet increase, and then 1 and then 2 until you get back to that stitch marker. Okay, in the next round you're going to work 1 single crochet in each stitch around again. Okay, the next round you'll work 1 single crochet. Then you're back to the stitch marker. You'll work 1 single crochet in the next 2 stitches, and then you'll work 2 single crochet in the next stitch, and you'll repeat that around 1 in the next 2, and then 2 and 1, 2 single crochet increase. So it's 1 single crochet, another single crochet, and then 2 increase, and you'll work that around until you get to the beginning. Now this round you're going to work 1 single crochet in each stitch around until you get to the stitch marker. Okay, you're going to work 1 single crochet in each stitch around again. Okay, the rest of the rounds will be single crochet all the way around, so you're going to work another round. Okay, you have your last round of just single crochet. You can make it longer if you like. If you want to make it wider, you can always just add more increased rounds. Okay, and then you're going to add this on to your hat. This one I made smaller. The one I'm about to show you I made bigger. You can stuff your horn. This horn is a little bit bigger than the one I made that I just showed you. So I went back and made it with the G hook. This was made with an H and it was too big, but you'll take it with stuffing. You can stuff it with stuffing or yarn, and then you're going to place it on the center more, a little bit, about 1 inch forward, so it will stand up straight. Like I said, this one is a little too big and it flopped too much around, so I did need to make it smaller. So you're just going to sew it on with your yarn and your needle. Now with your ears, you're going to sew them on with your yarn and your needle on both sides, about 1 inch apart from the horn. And just weave it in back and forth, and then that will complete that part of the hat. This is for the eyes. You're going to use a G hook with black yarn, and then you're going to chain 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then single crochet in the second chain from the hook, slip stitch in the second chain, slip stitch into the next chain, chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, slip stitch in the second chain from the hook, slip stitch all the way down, 2, 3, 4, and then slip stitch into that same stitch, and then slip stitch into the next stitch, and then slip stitch into the next stitch, and then chain 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, slip stitch in the second chain from the hook, slip stitch into the next chains, two, 3, slip stitch into the stitch, slip stitch into the next stitch, slip stitch into the next stitch, chain 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, slip stitch into the next stitch, slip stitch into the next, and slip stitch into the next, and then slip stitch, and then slip stitch into the next stitch, and then slip stitch into the next, chain 4, and then slip stitch, 2, and then 3, and then go into the next stitch, into that same stitch, and then slip stitch into the next, and then slip stitch into the next, and then chain 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and slip stitch into the next, second chain from the hook, then slip stitch into the next stitches, and slip stitch into the next stitch, and then slip stitch. And this can be done in slow motion if that's too fast, but this is the eyelashes. You can sew these on right onto your hat. This is the other eyelash. You're going to slip stitch kind of the opposite. So that was the left eye. This is for the right eye. You're going to slip stitch, and you can use a G-hook, chain 4, slip stitch in the second chain, and slip stitch down, slip stitch into the next stitch, and slip stitch into the stitch. And instead of doing 5, you'll do 5 at the very end. These next ones will be all 4s because the eyelash will be facing the other way, and then slip stitch into the next stitch, chain 4, and then slip stitch into each stitch going down, and then slip stitch into the next stitch, and then slip stitch into the next, and then slip stitch into the next stitch, slip stitch into the next, so there's a space in between, and then chain 4 again, slip stitch, and then chain 4, and then slip stitch down, and then slip stitch into the next stitch, slip stitch into the next stitch, and then chain 4, and then slip stitch into the next from the second chain from the hook, slip stitch in the next chain, and slip stitch, and then slip stitch into the stitch, and then slip stitch into the next stitch, slip stitch again, and then chain 4. You're at the end here, so chain 5, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then slip stitch your way down. That last one, because it's facing to the right, the eyelash is going up into the corner, you're going to slip stitch down all the way till you get to the end, and then you can chain 1 and fasten off. Okay, at the end here, you're going to sew in your eyes. It's going to look like this, and you're just going to weave them in and out with your yarn and your yarn needle, and then your hat will be complete. So I just want to say thank you for watching. Please subscribe.